Sound levels are good.
Hello, my name is Lorraine, and I'm the director for Clothed Identity.
Hi, my name is Joseph, and I was the DP for Clothed Identity.
Hi, my name is Lindy Sage, and I play the character of Lila in Clothed Identity.
If it makes sense and emotionally moves me, then it's done its job.
And that was one of the toughest scenes to shoot because it was really dramatic and intense, and I was not expecting most of the things that they were gonna do.
This film covers very sensitive subjects, and I wanted to be very truthful and very respectful with the way that I was portraying these scenarios.
Just watch it and learn something from it.
First question, favorite scene to film?
You go first.
Okay.
So I got into filmmaking ever since I was a younger kid. I've always made short films or like family videos with my sister, all that kind of stuff, but never thought of it as a passion or as a career up until I'd say junior high school is when I kind of started getting into it, more into filmmaking. I was more into the production and design of the lighting world and the concerts and all that kind of stuff. So I was into that kind of stuff, always into production, but always had a passion for film. But until junior high school, I started to do recap videos for the school and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, wait, I think I actually love doing this kind of stuff as a career. And so I kind of did that shit from production into filmmaking. And ever since then, I started to do more recaps, and I started getting into weddings, and I started getting into music videos. I was DMing artists left to right just to find artists to work with, all that kind of stuff, and kind of just made a career out of that, and been doing it ever since. Honestly, for this film, it was a pretty intense topic to kind of just film and shoot, and talking with the director and the writer, Kara, to see like what really inspired her and what kind of made her want to shoot this film was a really important thing that I had to talk about. And just using the website ShotDeck was an awesome website to use because ShotDeck had all the movie references, the stills, and everything that you could search for. Like you could pick a color tone, you could pick the color temperature, day and night, wherever it was, and kind of use that as like a template to kind of just start seeing reference stills. And so we kind of went on there and just started to look at some stills, like lighting inspirations, how dramatic do we want it, colors, tone, that kind of stuff. And so I feel like I also was listening to a lot of songs from Labyrinth just to get more inspiration from it, just because his music's great. And especially he did the soundtrack for Euphoria, and so I thought that was really cool, and that was like really the big inspiration for me. It was to watch Euphoria, but also listen to the soundtrack that Labyrinth made and that kind of stuff to kind of just give inspiration for the whole film. I say just keep shooting. Keep filming, no matter what it is. Grab a camera, even your phone, and just go and shoot. Just because in this generation, there's so many filmmakers and anybody can do it. I'm not the only one that could do it. There's so many other people that could do it. Grab your iPhone, just keep shooting and learn. Do as much as you can, because in this kind of career, it's a huge competition. But if you just shoot and just make your own style, come up with your own style, people will pick you for your own style and your energy into all that kind of stuff. So I would recommend just keep shooting, keep doing what you're doing, and you'll find that niche or that spot that you love to do. I really feel like this film stood out from other films was that it was really a topic that needs to be talked about a lot more. Not a lot of people talk about this or make films about it because it talks a lot about mental health and needs to be talked about a lot more. And so having a film that was talking about mental health and what people could really relate to in real life was something really impactful, and which is the reason why I kind of wanted to do this film, was something different, and it's something that really needs to be talked about. And so I was just really inspired by the whole script and just seeing how it all came together and what really inspired Kara to write this film was really cool to see. And yeah, I just really feel like it just needs to be heard and it needs to be seen to people around the world. And yeah. Wow, that's a hard one. There was a lot of good ones. I would really say the bathroom scene when Lindy and Amanda was in the bathroom and they were having an interaction. And that was one of the toughest scenes to shoot because it was really dramatic and intense, and I was not expecting most of the things that they were gonna do. And so as soon as I started to see all the, we shot it all in almost like a one take kind of feel. So it was all handheld. I was trying to catch all these moments. I'm literally focusing on the man that's shooting it. And I see on the side of my eye that Alina's gonna do some kind of reaction or see something. So I moved the camera over to her, and then she started bawling her eyes. So I was like, all right, well, it looks like I'm gonna have to start bawling my eyes too. So I'm a very soft-hearted guy. Like, I would cry like with the smallest things, like especially like shooting weddings and they get married. I don't even know them, and I start crying. And so I'm a very soft-hearted guy. So just seeing that and just being able to film that, and it just got me really emotional. But I had to hold back my tears. It was hot. It was humid in there because we had to make it really steamy before that scene. But I think that scene was a really impactful and really like a really cool scene to film. That's a good question. I really feel like just be creative as possible. Just take anything that you can and mess around with the lighting and seeing how you could get inspiration from that. I really took a lot of references from Euphoria and seeing like how they lit things, and learned how, just basically kind of grabbing stills from that show and be like, okay, this is how, like just messing around with lights, angling it in different ways and seeing what looks the best and what really tells the story to its fullest. And so I honestly think as a DP that lighting is the thing that tells the story most of the time in your shot. Composition too, but lighting is the most important thing that tells the story in a picture. And so I really feel like just mastering that craft of lighting it and making sure that it tells the story that you want it to tell, really, it matters. Like, lighting is just, it's that important to make sure that you know what you're doing, and just messing around with it and seeing what looks the best on film. There's been a lot of projects that I've been working on. I really can't say anything a lot either. There's just too many things going on, but did a couple of things with a artist named Natalie Jane, and hopefully stuff with her will come out soon. And yeah, I mean, I've been trying to get more into the commercial world also, so hopefully more commercials in the future. I feel like it was good. I feel like the communication part was really important, especially in this film. Just knowing what the director really wants in this film was a key part of it, and what the actor is feeling at this moment, because especially with the camera movements and stuff like that, it also tells the story. And so with it being handheld, or if it's on a stabilizer, like, it tells a different story from just that moment. And so just kind of really listening to what the director wants and what the director vision was, like what does the director really want to show, or like what kind of feeling does the audience want to feel after watching this scene, was really important. So kind of just thinking about that, of like what the director's vision was, and also what would the audience feel after watching this film if we decide to go with this route or this route. So it's really just talking with the director of like, okay, what do you want the audience to feel after watching this whole scene? And just trying to figure out how to make it happen. And with the budget that we had, it was such an indie film, but we made it work, we made it look amazing, and yeah, it just came out amazing. I say give them time. Time is the most important thing, especially when actors are doing very intense scenes. Giving them time to process what they're doing and making sure that they're okay after the scene and after the whole thing is done. Just checking in, like, that's the best thing you can do, especially shooting these intense scenes. It's very intense. So giving the space and the time that they need for the director to communicate to what the director wants and what the actor has to do on the screen. Just giving them time, and then also communicating that to the director of like, okay, so this is what's gonna happen. This is what I'm thinking about doing. Okay, so also kind of talking with the actors too, being like, hey, don't be mindful of the camera, but I'll be also really mindful of where I'm at, and making sure that I give you space to do what you need to do, especially in that scene. And so, especially in those intense scenes, you just gotta be careful, because you never know what to expect. You never know if they're gonna go to the left, to the right, or they're gonna go to the floor. So just kind of like looking in or just figuring out every situation that can happen in that moment, just keeping an eye out and making sure that you're listening and really paying attention to the whole story when they're saying their lines, so you know if we need to do make it more intense of a scene, or make it more dramatic in a way. Just kind of just listening and reading the script beforehand so you know what's happening. And yeah, that's just kind of like what I've been doing through the whole film, and it really helped me a lot.
So people can support this film by buying our merch, Clothed Identity. We've got some awesome hoodies and tote bags. I honestly really like the hoodies because whenever I'm on set, that's all I wear. You can look at all the BTS photos for this film, and I'm just in a hoodie every single day. But also, we will have donation links, and this film is going to be displayed in the Nuart Theatre for 7 consecutive days to be considered for the Oscars, and that will be in the first weekend of September. So, yeah, come out, come support.